Yeah.
Forget the rest.
How y'all feeling that?
You're rocking with the best radio station on the planet. SDM Live
Huh?
Unplugged.
Yo, what it do? You know what it is. Your boy Mike with Streetlyfe with the mic, and my boy Trey Nova.
You know what it is.
Man, Trey. Man, how your time been lately, bro?
It's been very dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, last night I woke up half dead.
Too much drinking?
No, I just was like feeling sick. Like so, I got a COVID test, right? And as soon as that COVID test was over, I started feeling sick. I'm like, bro, they put something in my nose. So I woke up at like 2 a.m. and threw up everywhere. But then my test results came in this morning. It was negative, so that wasn't the case.
Thank
but
God.
I'm just like, why did I throw up? I think it was the food I had last night. I had some salmon or something. I was just
That fish get you every time.
bro, I was dead. I was just like, bro, I don't feel. I was cold. Like my body was cold. I was like, something ain't right. So I'm glad I took my son home when I did, because last night I felt like I was about to die.
Man,
I'm like, yep.
that's how I
So-
felt this morning.
It was the morning.
Oh man, listen, I ain't feel sick though. I just woke up, my back hurting like hell.
Oh, my back still hurt.
Man,
I've been off work for like 2 weeks.
I've been going hard, 19 hours a day, like just going hard, man, just nuts.
Your body breaking down. You definitely got to take a rest.
Man,
'Cause
look,
at the
I'm
end
about
of
to
the
get
day-
9 days of it.
What? Just rest? You off? You off?
What?
Nah.
Vacation tomorrow. Gone.
You going to Florida? Ain't you?
Orlando, 9 days.
I'm gonna send you some stuff. You got to do.
Yeah,
In Orlando.
you,
lit.
you already
Orlando
know.
lit.
Hey, so look, so we're gonna introduce, before me and Trey kick it a little bit more, we're gonna introduce one of our man, listen, this guy out here doing good things, amazing person. To me, this guy is a prime example of a leader, somebody who strives for excellence and overcomes barriers that most of us look at as impossible. But needs to say, man, let's introduce Mike Diesel in the house.
How we doing?
Mike, man, introduce yourself, kind of give us a quick run through of who you are real fast, and then we're going to kind of touch base on some other things.
Yeah, lifelong Detroiter. Been in Detroit my entire life. On the same street, 44 years. Both my parents, Detroit city workers. I just have an extreme love for the city, for everybody inside of it, the way that we just continue to stay here and always come back. And I just believe in this city so incredibly much. Founded a group called Detroit Youth and Dog Rescue in 2014 because of just my sheer love for dogs, and wanted to be able to help the community that I reside in. So we also have a big part in feeding the homeless as well. Used to own a hydroponic store called The Grow Station. And through that, that just helped broaden my horizons as far as a business world, learning the failures of trying to open up your own thing and do it, and then learning and getting the wisdom gained from the failure. That was my best failure, I like to say. And yeah, lifelong Detroiter, that's my thing. I'm here forever with the city. And yeah.
So
Just
this
love her so
this
much.
dog rescue, man, I've been doing a lot of research on your dog rescues and the things that you have done in that aspect, because the community as a whole has really took a bad look towards pit bulls. And I know that's a lot of dogs that you rescue. What really defined that reason of the dog rescue itself and design more with the pit bull aspect?
The dog rescue literally happened while forming another business. I always had the idea in my head of certain things that I wanted to do. I don't put timelines and restrictions on them, and wasn't doing that at the time. I was literally sitting in my business attorney's office filing for a separate company, and it popped in my head, and I just asked, do you also file nonprofits? And she kind of was signing papers, and she just looked up from her desk, and she was like, yeah, I've done a couple. And why? And it evolved and became itself literally right then, sitting there. I always knew it would come at a point in time, so when we actually filed it, it was April, and in my head, I knew I wasn't going to start it right then, but I wanted to be able to jump into it when I knew the time would end up being right. Pit bulls, I've always loved all dogs. I believe in the underdog for sure. And one of my best friends had a dog, first pit bull that I became bonded with in 1994, I think it was. And that's when I gained my love for pit bulls going forward. Just seeing how society views them, then knowing what they can actually be about. Yeah, I love the aspect there and the differences.
So why do you think that people see pit bulls as so aggressive and so like unsafe for a family?
The media. The media is involved in everything that we see, the way that we view everything, of course. You know, you could call what those are, I call those entertainment boxes. They're called televisions, but it's also tell-a-vision because they're telling us their vision of how they want us to see the world. And those things are called programs because they program us, of course. Right. So it's the media that is controlling everything as far as that aspect, and most people have not been around pit bulls to actually know that they are the biggest lovable, huggable dogs.
Amen.
That's my feeling towards them. There can be a bad apple in anything, you know.
Look at society.
I mean, yeah, that's just about how you train them too.
It's 100% how you train them. It's how you raise them. It's the love that you give or you don't give, just like a child.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be the same thing. If you nurture, take care of home, and do those things and are there for and show compassion and show love and show that the animal can trust you, child can trust you, animal same, you're going to end up with that side of things. If you mistreat, abuse, then you're going to see the opposite side of it, of course. And then the media likes to pick up on the negative things because that's how the media, I mean, those things, certain things are, you know, television is designed so that they can sell commercials. Right. That's why the Super Bowl does so well, because they want to sell that commercial that's all they actually do is sell. It's a marketing scheme. Sell advertisements.
I want to go back on this,
right?
What you just said, because it hit me in a different aspect when you just broke the television and the program part down. I never thought about it like that. And I look over at Trey, and Trey looked at me like damn.
Because
like,
you is telling a vision. You visualize something that you want to tell, you write it down on paper, and you make it come to life. So
that's manifestation.
Yeah,
that's how, you know, everybody can come up with an idea, and then the first step is writing that idea down, so you then go to the next step, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's what we're all doing. This is the aspect of telling the vision of this, and we all have our ideas that we're trying to tell. Right. Well, not all of us, because some of us, there's a lot of followers, and there's a certain aspect of leaders. And I used to work at a place, and one of the things the owners used to say is, if you don't have a multi-million-dollar idea, then jump on board with the person next to you that does, until you can come up with your own. I probably created 107, I don't know, in my head many years ago, and then over time you start to write them down,
right?
And then you start to
iron them out,
develop them, and make your connections, like connect the dot.
So in your pit bull rescue,
it's not just the pit bull.
Oh, okay.
I rescue any dog, cow. I have.
Oh wow! Yeah,
I rescued one baby cow.
So cows go straight to like. Or you just saying
it was a strange situation. I have a really good friend who runs a group called the Devoted Barn, and this was about 3 years ago now, I think it was. And we chat often, and I think she had literally hit me out of the blue and was like, "What are you doing tomorrow?" Or the next day or something. And I was like, "Nothing really." I'm like, "There's actually a hemp festival that I want to go to in New Orleans." And she chuckled, and she was like, "Well, that's really interesting." She said, "Because there's this blind baby cow in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, along with a horse, I think it was a pig, and a dog, I think." She's like, "Is there any way that you would be willing to go over there and pick them up?" I had a big truck at the time, have no problem helping other rescues in times of need. And because of the hemp festival being next door, it seemed to work out. So I agreed to it, showed up at the house, their location the next day to pick up the trailer. And for whatever reason, the trailer lights didn't work on it. And I wasn't going to drive a trailer across country. So they were like, "Well, you have enough room to get the blind baby cow." So I went to the hemp festival and then drove straight to Baton Rouge the next morning and met a woman and picked up a beautiful black blind baby cow named Baby Ray Charles.
Man, that's crazy.
And drove home with him. Drove home with him in my Suburban for 22 hours straight.
And he just was this. He was just. What did he like?
Want to see pictures?
Yeah, I do want to see. But
Yeah.
how do you?
Wild.
So she had a blonde baby cow for what reason? That's the question I
so-
want to ask her. Like, why you got a baby cow just
No.
blind? You ain't eating it or nothing? Like,
Name Baby
Yo,
Ray
like, what do you-
Charles.
So this was another
Rays.
sweet baby Rays. She works with shelters around the United States, and there's a lot of good people inside of them. So sometimes they reach out to get help from other groups when they can provide it. And this was one of those rare opportunities that she was willing to take them all in. The connections worked that I was willing to do the transport.
Wow, that's
And it worked. It was one of the best things
So,
I've ever
so what
done.
did you do with the cow? That's the question I want to know. What did you do with this? Like, did you keep it for yourself?
No.
Or did you take it to another rescue?
Correct. So
And what did they do with it? Like,
I picked him up, brought him to Monroe, where their rescue was at the time. I rode with him. He was in the back seat of my truck. I had to pull over and feed him. Let me show you some of these pictures. This is pretty wild.
so this cow, he can't see nothing. That is sick.
No.
I couldn't imagine being. I can't imagine being no blind.
he gonna be a
animal.
hamburger before
Can't
long.
imagine
so
being
it's
a
okay.
cow.
So with animals like that, you okay. So
That
with
was my first time
So with
rescuing a
animals
cow,
like
so-
cow. So did he? So have you seen this cow since then?
So unfortunately, he passed 2 weeks after getting here. He was, I'm not sure of the description. He was taken to Ohio State University, though, to their animal veterinarian service. He ended up staying about a week there, and he didn't make it.
So what happened to the cow remains? That's the question I be wanting to know. Like, do they actually bury it, or they actually,
At the veterinarian or at the college, because that's a lot different when you get into veterinarian colleges. I don't know what their format would have been there at all.
I'm sure they probably take animals like that and study like biopsies and
Try to figure out
study
different
what,
medicines and stuff
what
like that?
happened or
Correct.
see like checking livers and kidneys, and since it's a veterinarian, probably gives them an opportunity to like dissect to see really.
It's called a
where place-
necropsy that they do
Yeah.
for like
them.
college
and-
schools.
Yeah, that's where that cow went to a veterinarian school in Ohio.
Correct.
So
So
when
he
it-
could be studied. Yes, exactly.
So what happened to the
so
meat?
They all kind of work together.
They study it.
The meat too.
Yeah, it's dead. It's
But
I need
at a school like that, they not gonna process it out.
shoot.
and-
I need me a steak. Say no. That's just so shallow. I need me a steak though. But
You silly as shit.
with your animal rescue, I'm sure you came in close encounter with dogs that's been in like fights, dog fights, stuff like that. So how do you transition those type of dogs into the community of the other dogs with it being so aggressive and things like that?
So the type of dog rescue that we are at Detroit Youth and Dog Rescue, the way that I based this was an emergency situation dog rescue. We are the one that will get called at 3 a.m. for a dog that's hit by a car. More so, the animals that you're referring to, it seems like in a lot of the situations ends up in the municipality side of things. And that's kind of a different situation, but we're more of the emergency rescue. 3 a.m. driving around when there's a foot of snow on the ground in December, January, making sure that there's none out on the streets at night, that side of things. We've had, I'd say the majority of ours have had some type of medical situation that they've had to go through.
Okay. What was it that made your nonprofit with your youth and dog program? What was it that made it just go boom?
2016, I think it was October, I rescued a dog by the name of Boo, and his picture was shared on social media, and it went ultra viral, we'll call it, and it was picked up by a massive amount of media, And that was the major turning point where we went from 2,000 likes to 10,000 likes in like 30 days.
Wow.
That's when it really started to grow. I have a picture of him somewhere. He was on a mattress. People had moved out and left the house, and they left the dog there. And it was just a sad scene. And somebody that I was, quote-unquote, friends with in the social media world that I had never met in person, she shared it. And it was her share that actually
Took everything off.
got it going.
So what was so special about Boo that made it go so far? Was it the way it looked, or you think it was the
It was a little bit
situation?
of everything. It was the situation. It was the look. It was the story. It was the fact that on the side of him right here, it looks like it says the word Boo,
For real?
actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what color was the dog?
White and brown.
It said Boo.
Yeah, I'll here, I want to show you the cow first. I can easily show you a lot of, it was very strange. It was an interesting time. I had just started working at a restaurant job at that time, Park Restaurant I opened up downtown. And
That's crazy.
that's when it went viral. And yeah, it was going viral in that way is very interesting. Like People, Good Morning America, Time, all of the extreme big ones, they did the story. Yeah, it was very interesting.
So, what have been your biggest accomplishments when it came to your youth and dog rescue? What are some of the biggest accomplishments that you guys have achieved there?
Ooh, that's an interesting question. Accomplishments would be defined differently, I guess. I would say one of my stories when I rescued a dog that was on death row at a local animal shelter, and he had supposedly bit one of the animal control workers that was working there. This was the supposed story. And they were going to put the dog down. I believe it was that day at 3 o'clock. And I begged to get the dog 24 hours. And then the next day I went and got the dog and took the dog into the rescue, went through our normal SOP, standard operating procedure, goes to the vet is the first thing that we always do. And then it was a dog that was very excited. I didn't have open fosters at the time. We work on a foster-based system. So through the foster-based system, we take in a dog only when we have a foster, except emergency situations, then I'll make it work. I've slept in my car plenty of times with dogs and things. Sorry. Lost the track there for a moment.
No, you saw was covering the fact.
The accomplishments.
Yeah.
We had the dog. That dog stayed in. We paid for the dog to go to boarding, and it stayed there for 11 months. And after 11 months, somebody contacted me through email and said, "Hey, I think you have our dog. Like, we saw our dog on your Facebook page." And I'm like, "How is this possible?" And they tell me the story about how they were moving out of a house in Inkster at the time, and the landlord came into the house when they weren't there and saw the dog. And then it was in the stage of literally them moving out. And I guess the dog maybe wasn't supposed to be there. He called animal control. Animal comes, and for whatever reason, they like to act like their SWAT team sometimes when they come in looking for animals. And they came in an aggressive way, and I guess the dog did nip one of the animal control workers. So when the dog does that, and the municipalities usually have a procedure that they go through with the dogs, and their ultimate goal seems like, unfortunately, a lot of times they end up, the dog doesn't end up the winner in that situation. So we put the dog into boarding that situation. 11 months later, the family contacted me and said that we did have their dog. And I reunited the entire family and had a 3 and a 4-year-old crawling all over me, crying, saying how we saved their dog, and it was one of the best things for them ever.
Well, that's a hell of a story.
And
You're investing all that time to 11 months later, the family to being like, "Hold up, that's my dog."
we
Like,
paid $4,150 for that dog to stay on boarding during that time as the group, and that was probably the best money ever spent. The smiles. I'll
Did
show
you
you some of
end
the stories.
Because you end up getting a good result at the end.
That's the dream. The dream is always to reunite for me. That's the goal. If you can do it in a good way, always. That situation, that's a dream story, literally. That I couldn't have dreamt of that one. And it was just more reassuring of doing the right work and being placed in time and things in that nature.
Everything you ever thought of came true finally.
Yeah.
Like, that was the one story that you just hoped to get.
There's there's been a few of them, and that, when you get those, they just reconfirm you in such a way that it makes it easy to continue walking that same path sometimes.
All right, so Trey, you want to take a quick break? We can come back, and then we can get deeper into this man and some of the real work he do on the other aspect of, his youth and dog rescue, because this man is definitely all over the world. So we're definitely going to tap in and really reach into more of who he is and the things that he does on an international level. So, let's go to a quick break, and we'll come back and we'll tap back in with Mike Diesel. You know what it is, your boy Mike and Trey Nova.
In the mix. Back to back, beat to beat.
Come on, DJ. Hit me with another track.
Yeah. Used to be down, but we up now. No one said it would be easy, I got knocked down. Come too far to just stop now. Got the keys to the city, it's a lockdown. Used to be down, but we up now. No one said it would be easy, I got knocked down. Come too far to just stop now. Got the keys to the city, it's the lockdown. I'm the illest, they deny it, then you know they lying. I walk the line and I just get it like Johnny Cash. Why these haters busy hating when it's on this cash? To be made, guess the clue is in the name. Haters gonna hate, players gonna play. Go against the grain, we were hungry, not a plate. On the table, get the bacon, yeah, I'll bring it home. Yeah, the king is on the throne, yeah, my foot is on the throat of the game. About to paint the whole city red, bad bitch, she in bed. Here to get the bread, they ain't real, they pretend, they be running to the feds. Booty so thick, it don't make no sense. Used to be down, but we up now. No one said it would be easy, I got knocked down. Come too far to just stop now. Got the keys to the city, it's a lockdown. Used to be down, but we up now. No one said it would be easy, I got knocked down. Come too far to just stop now. Got the keys to the city, it's the lockdown. Got the big keys, got the ice in the dime piece. Make my wrist freeze, get it poppin' in the morning, Rice Krispies. And we working through the night, finna risk it. All for a bad bitch, this shit savage. I'm a cannonball with the mastic. Tell her throw it back, let me catch it. Throw it back quick, let me smash it. Shorty math it, can't think straight. When she lay it down, knock it down, I ain't staying down. I be going crazy, going bad shit. Get the cash quick, haters mad, tryna mash this. They ain't even close, see be those who say the most. Those who do the most, who just make the least. Used to be down, but we up now. No one said it would be easy, I got knocked down. Come too far to just stop now. Got the keys to the city, it's a lockdown. Used to be down, but we up now. No one said it would be easy, I got knocked down. Come too far to just stop now. Got the keys to the city, it's the lockdown.
Huh? Okay then, okay. You heard what it is. That was that boy Trey Nova with Lockdown. You know what it is. Go check that out. You know who it was. Quit acting like that, boy.
That was me.
Man, cut it out. You know you was killing them bars on that shit.
Wait till this new joint drop.
Man, listen, I can't wait to see that.
Gonna be dope.
I mean, I have my video clips from shooting the video, but I can't wait to see how that dude really put that together. Cause
I think this is the one right here for sure. That video gonna be one of the best videos I ever shot, like created. Like that was
a dope ass video.
That was all off of just like a hunch, like just try this. So I hope that everything.
You know why it was such a dope ass video?
Wow.
Cause I think that video fucked your back up.
Yeah, it did.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Because ever since I got put that tub,
listen,
I just been through.
Your sis really tore your ass up, jerking you up out that water like that. So what y'all don't know is Trey just shot a new video on his new single coming out, man. The new single's out right now, ain't it, Trey?
It's called Talk Myself Down on all platforms right now.
Yeah.
Talk Myself Down. It's like I want to say a suicide awareness type of feel. Well, it is suicide awareness vibe. You know, suicide awareness is coming up soon. It's in October, but there's a suicide awareness day. I think April 20-something. So I shot this video based on a play I did called Listen to the Silence by Calvin Ray. Kind of inspired this video because the words that I spoke, it's not suicidal words, but it's pretty much like an aspect of like people don't
know what you're going
don't
through.
say it. Yeah, like your happiest friend be the one that's going through the most issues. So it's like sometimes you gotta talk yourself out of certain situations. Like you don't have nobody really knows you like you know you. So you have to talk yourself, and that's pretty much what I did. Like I kind of put myself in a situation where I was talking myself off the ledge, you know, of giving up and keep trying and keep pushing. So that's what I did with this new video. So this new video gonna be dope, but it's out right now. The song is a single.
So go check that shit out.
Talk Myself Down by Trey Nova, all one word.
That's it. Go check that shit out. Trey Nova, you know what it is. Talk Myself Down. New single. When's the video coming?
Soon. We're still in the editing phases. You know, it's a little different because I got myself twice. I got my body in it twice. So I'm talking to myself. So it's like he got to do a lot of editing and making sure that everything matches because this is about to be epic. So I'm not rushing his craft at all.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him because I know I got the video clips from everything from behind the scenes, and I'm still working on that. So, you know, I definitely know
imagine
how
the
it
whole
is.
video.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, man, you know what it is. Trey Nova, go check that shit down. Talk Myself Down. It's out now on all platforms. Video coming soon. You can also go check that shit out on YouTube, everything. You know, your boy Streetlyfe with the mic gonna be promoting everything from my bro. So, you know what it is. Tap in with us. So, now, let's get back to the man of the hour, though. This man, Mike Diesel. Nah, Trey, this man just came in here today with this magazine that he was just featured in. So if y'all, I don't know if y'all can see this, but this man featured in a magazine because he doing crazy things. Crazy things across this world, across this nation. Mike, and with your blind cow, look at him.
That cow like a pistol.
He got a blind cow he rescued. Look, man, this guy something is. But it showed a good heart though. It showed that he'll go to any measures to help these animals and rescue these animals, and that's what's important, man. Because a lot of times people do take animals and just with them, you know what I mean, and just think that they're nothing, but they are. To me, they like children. You know what I'm saying? Like it's important that we show the same type of love and affection to our animals that we do our children. Like me, I got a red bearded dragon at home. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I be having them. I have my dragon out on a leash, walking on the grass and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, and my neighbors be walking like, you walking a dragon?
No,
like, for
some
real?
stuff just don't supposed to go outside on a leash. And I see somebody with a cat on a leash. And the cat was looking at him like, bro, I walk myself. Like, why are you walking me on this leash? Like, why are you walking a cat? I seen it at the bus stop. Some stuff just don't. Like, a dragon?
Right.
Why you got a lizard on a damn stream walking it? Like, it's really going to walk with you.
But it's not the point of walking. Like, I just take them out there and let them get in the grass and feel the sun and get the fresh air and walk on the grass. But if I don't got him on a leash, he'll gone. And I'll never see him again.
Yeah, that's the one off the hole with the little thing and the little zero.
That's
ate the onions and it didn't bite him. That ain't that.
No, that ain't.
I'm scared of those. They say there's poisons in that movie. I believe them.
Nah, that's
Stanley Yelnats.
Man, look at him. All right, Mike.
Matter of fact,
My brother from another mother.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about your adventures into this medical marijuana, and talk to me about what it is you got going on right now, because you are all over this place, man.
Jamaica.
Man, medical marijuana, 2008, state of Michigan, we were able to finally vote on it, and the people passed it with, I believe it was 63% statewide, and we were able to then, at that point, use it for the certain aspects. Mine is for pain, mainly. spasms. I've broken both shoulders. I have 2 torn meniscus in my knee. My vertebrae is twisted and had lots of pain issues, chronic pain issues for every day. So 2009, after the law went through, everybody was then legal to get our cards, and I was one of the first in the state to get my patient card and then become a caregiver because I had friends that had no clue of how to grow or how to go about it. So through the state of Michigan, we were allowed to have 5 patients, still are at this time. As caregivers, you can have 5 patients, 12 plants for each patient. And I went through a stage during that time. That was the housing crisis when it had crashed. I had just foreclosed on a house in Detroit that I had purchased in 2009, I believe. I don't remember which month, but I moved. That was the first, one of the second times that I moved out of Detroit for a short period. Didn't last very long.
You had to go back home.
I ended up moving out to the country somewhere out in Livingston County because I found a place that was on 5 acres. And I had dogs at the time. I was running, I wasn't. Sorry, I wasn't running the dog rescue yet at that time, but I had 4 dogs at that time. And I wanted to be out and have my piece of land. I was growing my own food, always been a farmer. My blind grandmother taught me how to farm since I was a child. So at that time, I was living out there and growing and ended up getting raided for a totally legal grow at that time in 2010 out there. And nobody was home at the time. There was only 58 plants in the house. I was legal to have 72 plants at the time as a caregiver with all my patients. But because nobody was home, which was the thankful side of things, because my dogs were not there either at the time. They had gone with me. So nobody was there, so there was no way to verify that it was a legal grow, I guess would be their aspect of it. So they basically stole everything that was there as far as the equipment and just left a total mess and destroyed the house. And ended up back in Detroit the next day.
The next day.
We had just bought literally the house across the street because of the housing crisis had gone up for sale for an extremely cheap price. Me and my mother had gone half on the house. And the goal was to rent it out, but then that happened, so the timing ended up being perfect.
Right.
I think it was within 30 days that we had purchased it. We were gonna redo the kitchen and then lease it out or rent it out to a friend, a family member, and that didn't happen. And it was really strange because Mom didn't find out about that raid until about a year ago, actually.
So were you able to get your stuff back, or you had to just start all the way over?
So they took they took everything. I was not able to get anything back. They sold it all at the auctions, is what they do when they steal the equipment. So confiscate the equipment, whatever they decide to call it, right? On my piece of paper, for the search warrant paper, they just listed hydroponic equipment. They didn't list that it was 15 ballast, 15 bulbs, 15 lights. They didn't go through. They just said hydroponic equipment. But what they did do is, through the graces of Creator, I like to say, they left 4 lights that were in the garage along with my clone machine. So I had something to start over with, at least. I wasn't left. But they took, the majority, 90% of everything, of the equipment, definitely all of the plants that were there. And it was another life lesson of different stages of trials and tribulations, I guess, that we go through.
So how did they even know? How they even had the reason to even come in your home? Was there something else going on in the neighborhood, or they just was watching you?
So that I never did find out for sure, 100%. I contacted 2 lawyers at that time, and one lawyer gave me one piece of advice, and the other lawyer gave me, they were total 180 of each other. One said, let's send all of your caregiver cards and everything into the prosecutor, show them that you're illegal, and do this. The other one said, nobody was home. They're not going to come get you because they now are going to learn that it was a legal grow. He was like, leave a sleeping bear lay. You're at the bottom of the pile, and just leave it. And I listened to the second one, and they really never contacted me. Nothing came about it because they did end up doing their little bit of research, found out it was a legal grow at the time. So they were in a stuck position, but it was early. Like I said, that's 11 years ago in the medical marijuana Michigan, cases that we've gone through. If I would have listened to the first lawyer, there's a good chance that I would still be sitting there fighting the case, because they postponed so many cases in order to just drag them out as long as they can, because their goal is always to, dry you completely out
of your money,
of your lawyer fees, and, you end up taking the plea in the long run. But they didn't even come with anything because they knew it was a legal grow. There was nothing for them. I had a case going on in Dearborn for something, is my thought process of how they might have connected and talked to each other, because task force worked together and they do all that fun stuff. And I was going through a felony case in Detroit at the time, and I think they just kind of communicated to each other, and then probably, who knows, got the DTE records, and we're like, oh, let's go see. Yeah. I mean, it's,
could be a million things.
They were doing so many, and always have been doing so many strange, interesting things. But no, it wasn't anything like neighborhood or anything like that. I was in the country, middle of nowhere. So that it was very strange.
So where does this Mr. Medical Man, this medical marijuana man, come from? How was this established? Because I know your native tribe, and I know you do a lot of things in that nature. Is that something you want to speak on in the nature of?
Well, as far as the medical marijuana side, I'm just a firm believer that THC is one of the best pain relievers. And like I said, that's just very simple for me. That's how it affects me. It can affect everybody different. My mom does not do well with it at all. Through a spiritual aspect, I believe in plant medicines as a whole. I believe that plant medicines and certain plants were left here to be brain food, brain vitamins for us. Some were left here for us to then figure out our own help in the healing processes that we can go through on a conscious level in using these plants. And in a tribal aspect, then we would get into medicine and descriptions and things of that sort. And in a new age 2021 world, we're just walking in. Native Americans, we've always said that we're walking in two different worlds. In today's world, it feels like we're walking in four now. Because it seems like the world has split already into two. So we were already walking in two, so now it seems like we're walking into four, because I can come at things through wearing this hat, or I can come through them wearing this hat sometimes. And depending on the situation, it introduces you to different people in different situations, and you end up in New Orleans rescuing a cow, I guess.
A blind cow like that.
Yeah.
Name Ray.
Name Baby Ray.
Baby Ray.
So who is this? Who is this man here? From Detroit to Jamaica, black, indigenous farmer, goes international. Can you explain to us how all this came about? Like, what brought this about? Like this magazine, the feature, the things you do in the community. Like, what just made you just keep going at it after all the trials and tribulations you've been through? The downs, the ups, the middles, the everything. What made you keep going?
Sheer belief in self and the cause, and wanting to help community as in a mass whole. One thing that my mother always told me was, I like to eat a lot, so I need to have a life that will support it, or a job that will support it. I like to feed other people, and I like to help other people, so I need to figure out a way to then amass profits in order to then turn those things. My dreams are ideally nonprofit, but I need to amass a profit in order to then fund my dreams, to be able to help on the masses. So how the feature came about, I guess, and how the story of a black indigenous farmer goes to Jamaica. My father was a black police officer for Detroit. My mother is half Navajo and half German. She came to Detroit in 1967, 4 months before the riots. Stayed through them, met my father in the summer of 1971, essentially. I'm born 4th of July, bicentennial baby, 1976. Was a farmer all of my life. My blind grandmother taught me how to farm as a child. she taught me through steps and going about things. 10 steps forward, 2 steps to your left, and then bend down on your left knee will be the red peppers, and on your right knee will be the green peppers. And then take 2 steps forward, dig 6 inches in the ground, your carrots are on the left, and your onions are on the right. So farming always came natural, green thumb being natural. I had a hydroponic store, so that side of things with the medical marijuana and then continue evolving of understanding plants and how we work together with them. Then about 2.5 years ago, opportunity got proposed to me for something in Jamaica. There was a first trip down there to go see a just piece of land that was just flat. And it was, for me, knowing how I like to help and how I want to essentially work certain things backwards. I like to say that, and some of my friends, lots of people like to say, you take an onion and then peel it backwards and figure out how to then recreate certain aspects. So in my aspect, I was like, well, tribal nations trading with island nations and then taking it back to the motherland. So that then incorporates all of my aspects. The United States has always felt certain ways about certain plant medicines, of course, whether or not they like them. And everything is with the time and evolving. And over time, we see things changing and the science coming about. So now that the science of THC, CBD, certain cannabinoids inside of medical marijuana being known in a scientific world, compared to how we just always knew things through a spiritual aspect before. With science, they like to confirm those things. Jamaica got presented, and it seems like a perfect opportunity. Timing. First time going there, I saw just a mass of dogs, chickens, and cows in the way that I had never seen. And here I would be wanting to go rescue them. They're living in their natural habitat, walking on the street, on the side of the road. And my first trip there, the second day, actually, I saw a deceased dog on the side of the road, and instantly Jamaica Youth and Dog Rescue popped into my head. And I was like, well, timing, place, here, now. Let's figure out how to make this work. And then went with it, dove into it, got the support from a family member, and dove into Jamaica about 2.5 years ago. And then, of course, like we know, this change of times with the vid came and put everything on pause, basically, for about 1.5 years, it seems like now at the same time. Or a year now, I guess, we're into this new way of.
So when we get back from break, I want to touch more into what you got going on in Jamaica. And then I want to talk about, I know you just came back from a fairly good trip. Definitely hit some bucket list things that you did. So we'll touch base on that. And then yeah, we're going to wrap it up with a session of, appreciating you coming in and stuff like that. So you know what it is. Let's take a quick break. This is Street Life with the Mike, your boy Mike and my boy Trey Nova.
You know what it is.
You know what it is.
The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music.
For some reason, these niggas can't keep my name out their mouth. Feeling like Ice Cube, the new nigga you love to hate. Yeah. They say I'm back, I ain't left though. I've been ballin' 5 years, what they talking about next for? I'm in the huddle like let's go. Don't get caught up in the hype, this is what we get the checks for. Whole team on deck, bro. I'm just drawing up plays, money signs, no XOs. They say I got the best flow, but if the paper ain't right, how the fuck you feel special? Think about it. They think they figured it out. I still ain't figured what niggas about. Posing for posters and clicking for clout. Actions ain't matching the shit in they mouth. I put pressure on niggas who don't play fair. I started at the bottom, I ain't stayed there. This music shit softer than the daycare. But my kids keep giving me the gray hair. Why the fuck is they mad? When I had nothing, they pointed and laughed. They saw me starving and gave me the scraps. Turned into something, now they want it back. These niggas still try to talk me to death. You ain't seen nothing from me but hard work and dedication, though. I don't care if they don't like me. Call me all kind of names, except broken, I might. Okay. Oh, yeah, they wanna fight. But me taking any L from a lame's unlikely. Put a name on the fuck shit. Either way you wanna play, I'm the wrong one to fuck with. Pussy nigga keep frontin'. Make a whole bunch of stats, ain't time about nothing. This shit gon' cost me a case. Next nigga talk getting punched in his face. Next time this bitch think of something to say, she gon' swallow my dick and make songs about the taste. Play games with the wrong one. I'm empty out of clip and I'm talking about a lone one. If you think a nigga own one, you will probably understand by the time that the song done. I done told y'all niggas too many fucking times to just leave me alone. Still ain't get the picture. They tryna test a nigga patience. Don't think that I ain't seen shit just cause I ain't say shit. Couple niggas was okay then. But since I hit 30, I've been cool on the fake front. I'm aware of the snake shit. But any form of greatness, it comes with the hatred. Niggas think it's too basic. And that's why they ass still stuck up in the basement. Fans think the music is fresh. I'm still in the street, so they show me respect. Since 2012, it's been nothing but stress. Bitch niggas just can't keep their feelings in check. I told them, I'm nothing like the rest though. I'm focused on meals, keep the mess ho. I did what they couldn't, so I flex mode. You wanna sign how you won in the flesh, bro? It's JP1, aka the new nigga you love to hate. We still winning though.
Yo, you know what it is. Welcome back to Street Life in the Mic. It's your boy Mike, my boy Trey Nova. He had to step out, doctor's appointment here to make it too, so you know what it is. We're going to hold it down. We're going to keep going. So before we went to break, man, we was talking with Mike Diesel and everything he's got going on in Jamaica. Man, this man's out here trying to change the world. He's definitely been all over the place, and he continues to go all over the place, and you know, Street Life, we here to support him and help him in anything that we can do to get his word out there or get his information to other aspects of the world. Mike, we definitely appreciate you coming in and showing us the mad love that you definitely, you know, he just got back today, 11:30. You text me like, hey, my plane just landed. Literally. And he came straight here, you know. We got to show mad love to this dude, man. So, Mike.
Yeah, 11:22. We was landing.
11:22. You see what I'm saying? That's how much love he got for us. That's why we respect him and give him all the love that we got for him, man, because he continuously out here doing good stuff. Mike, I definitely want to get into some of these events and stuff that you going to, though, man. These events for all this medical marijuana. I got my card, man. You know you can invite me. You know that, right? I got my medical card, okay? So we can definitely smoke out anytime. We can definitely hang out. You know what it is. But
most definitely.
I definitely want to talk more about Jamaica. Like, what is your goal or your vision for Jamaica?
Building free hospitals and community centers.
Oh, wow.
That's my dream for down there, and helping with the animals and using the tree of life, cannabis, as a catapult and a catalyst that will help to unite the people. Jamaica has a cultural, global understanding of what the island nation is about. Peace, love, harmony, unity, cannabis, Bob Marley, music.
Hell yeah.
So figuring out a way to bring those things together, but the ultimate goal is always to help. My first trip down there, I told them that if I'm any project that I'm involved in, I want us to be the number one, or at least the top two in donating. There's no reason to actually be working if we're not working towards a common goal of trying to help people that need help. There's no other reason to be doing any of this. So with that said, going down there and seeing the community and seeing the aspect and seeing a third world country, truly, my first eyes went to where can we help. So yeah, that's my goal down there, is to use Green Block Development, which is our company. Green Block Systems Sciences is the company that holds our Tier 2 cultivation license down there. And use the profits from that to create something beautiful that will help the community in a way that, for me, cannabis gives us that opportunity to use the profits and to show how, by doing things in a good way, we can truly change things on a cultural level from the youth starting on up. Getting back to old ways, old practices, just growing your own food. If you can grow your own food, then you can also grow cannabis. So teaching people just a better way of going about certain things and how to tap back into source more.
Man, listen, I don't know if y'all didn't hear that, but that man just put down a master plan. Did you hear that? He is taking a farm to develop funds to open hospitals and rescues for free. That's crazy.
That's my goal. I don't have, I have dogs. I'm not married. I don't have kids. So, I don't have that. I've done a good job at healing myself and spiritually, so I don't have the ego issue as much anymore. We all have to deal with it, but I'm not after the funds so I can buy something, so I can show off for a social media or for a woman or for a fake friend or anything. I don't want, that's just not the goal. I just want to give back and figure out a way to help convince the people around us that that's the way to get back to changing how we all interact collectively as a unit.
That's
we're all
live.
We're all earthlings.
That's live.
I mean, that's it. We're earthlings. The second we can get back to being earthlings, as a mixed person of color, of course, I've been through the ringer in every aspect, from being called the N-word in third grade for the first time to, being almost killed by the Ferndale Police Department in the year 2000 when they damn near beat me to death over somebody else calling me the N-word to, like I said, it's the trials and tribulations that we go through. And when we get those certain aspects, things like Jamaica that present opportunities, and you see how you can then use that opportunity to grow and then help people around you, which then can help the community around them and spread it out. If we can just spread it to the people around us and give them the information, because the information was always what was held against us or held from us. Obviously, with the power of the internet now, we're on a sharing aspect. So that has helped in that way. And now we just need to get to sharing the things that will help create the wealth that they don't want us to be a part of. Use that platform to then share it and help the people in our own communities in the same way that they're not going to help us.
That's right. I know
nobody's coming to save us. So
remember we had a meeting a few weeks ago. We sat down, we talked about some nonprofits and talked about a few things we want to do to try to help the youth. So it's definitely a good thing, man. I definitely commend you, bro. Hats off to everything that you're doing. I wish you nothing but the success.
Likewise.
And anything that we can do here with as Streetlyfe, as promoting, as getting you here so that you can talk, you're more welcome anytime. Hey, let's do something. Or, hey, when's your next show? You can show up, man. We'd love to have you on because we respect you as a person, as a whole, as a soul. Like, we really appreciate what you're out here doing for the community because that's what we are trying to do on this aspect of giving people this opportunity to say what needs to be said or what needs to be heard. And people don't realize that everybody has a plan, everybody has a dream, but it's really executing it the proper way. And a lot of people see failure as an end to me, failure is just a lack of success of completing something. It's not that it's the end. You just need to reevaluate and figure out a different way to approach that situation. So I love the fact that you took failure situations in your life and you turned them around to be successful now. And I think on all aspects, Trey and myself being incarcerated, we took failures in our life and we have not changed them to not give back to what we should have been doing the whole time. And you was able to grab a hold of that at an early age and understand that aspect. So, I truly appreciate you coming on and giving people an insight of your mind and who you are as an individual, and not just, oh, that's just a dog rescuer, or that's just not a person who smokes weed. Like, you seriously care about your people. And that's what's important, because nowadays people don't care. It's all about show. It's all about gain. It's all about profit. It's all about money. And yeah, we do need money to be happy. We do need money. I don't care what nobody says, because if you ain't got money, you're not happy. It's just a matter of, but it's how you got your money. You don't have to be rich, but it's about being comfortable. But at the same sense, we still need to direct our energy in helping others, because like I always say, if everybody supported everybody, we'd all be rich.
Oh, man.
By fact. If
100%.
everybody supported everybody, we'd all be rich. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she talking about your necklace, the stones. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the stones, them what they call them, peace stones? Energy stones. Yeah, that's what it is. But Mike, man, I appreciate it. With your youth and dog rescue, I know that you say, you're traveling a lot, so it's kind of been on a downslope for the moment, because of your work that you're doing in Jamaica. Now, with your Jamaica product or your project in Jamaica and your youth program with your dogs, is there a place for people to go and donate to help with these aspects? And if so, where can they go and do that at?
Yeah, absolutely. We have social media for Detroit Youth and Dog Rescue. That's the name for Facebook and for Instagram. Facebook page is a donate button at the top. Donations right now are going towards dog food, medical bills, the basics right now. Go through 2 bags of dog food a week right now. But yeah, that's where we're doing our things. We still, if an emergency situation wants to come up, I've been feeling it, then we'll be there to help. As always. But yeah, that's where we're at. You could follow us, like you said, doing a lot of traveling right now, and I'm sure there's going to be another rescue coming here, kind of out of the middle of nowhere. That's how they fall. The first one that I got in Arizona, I didn't know was coming home with me, but when I do these travels, they seem to know when I'm in the area sometimes.
So what was the Facebook page again?
Facebook page is Detroit Youth and Dog Rescue.
Okay, do you got an IG?
It's the same.
Okay.
Yep, Detroit Youth and Dog Rescue for both. And yeah, we appreciate all the likes, follows, and donations are just beyond grateful. We can't do anything without people helping. Fosters, if there's anybody out there that is interested in fostering a dog, like I said, when one situation does come up, we like to have people that are there and quote unquote maybe like a pre-qualified, so then when I do see that one, I know for sure that I have somebody there that will take in a dog. That makes it so much easier for us. But yeah, we're out here, we're doing our work, gonna continue to do work in the city. Long-term goal is to get a building inside the city for Detroit Youth and Dog Rescue so that we can then, go full-fledged.
You guys heard it. Let's go on there, Detroit Youth and Dog Rescue. Let's donate. Let's get this building so that these kids can learn how to develop companionships with animals, learn how to train animals. And animals, people don't realize animals help children as well as adults emotionally. And sometimes physically. I've seen bear witness dogs that people break their legs and dogs will come from or go get other people to come help. So dogs are very important. Animals as a whole are very important. So let's not take the aspect from all other animals. But let's donate. This program is going crazy. Let's help him spread the word, to spread the love. You know what it is. It's the Street Life with the Mike, your boy Mike, my boy Trey Nova. We touching down every week. You know what it is. Tap in with us. Mike Diesel, thanks for coming in. We're going to see you again soon.
Mad love.
You know what it is. Let's get up out of here.
Make a move, make it matter.
Yeah.
Forget the rest.
Are y'all feeling better?
You're rocking with the best radio station on the planet. SDM Live Unplugged.